Alright, so my wife, a music teacher, wants to build the Blue Man Group PVC pipe tubulum, so I made the spreadsheet here with all the important stuff, the frequency, the notes, the length of the pipe, the density of the pipes, how much the total pipe would weigh, the cost, everything important, a couple of scenarios for which keys we wanted to make. We decided to go from an F starting at about 87 Hertz and then 2 octaves above that. And that's going to require a lot of 2-inch PVC pipe. So I bought a hole saw here, Home Depot. This is 2 3/8. It's just the right size to fit the 2-inch PVC Schedule 40. This is the naturals here. The top pipes, a lot of people haven't done this, but the top pipes actually need to be a little smaller than the low frequency pipes, otherwise they don't sound quite right. So we've opted for 1 1/4 inch pipes on the top, starting at the C note, C, D, E, and F. And of course the accidentals will be similar. I've got the accidentals right here. So these are the sharps and the flats for the thing. With the I haven't finished drilling the holes for these last 2 accidentals because the hole saw wasn't quite the right size. I marked them 1 5/8. 1 1/4 pipe is actually just a hair over 1 5/8. And so I'm going to need a slightly bigger hole saw. So this is how far we are along right now, and we've got a whole bunch of pipes here that need to be cut down to size eventually. Well, it's moving along alright. I got the base on here, which is just a bunch of 2x4s, and started dry fitting some pipes in. The lowest pipe is the one with the longest run, so that's going to be this guy here, and I'm planning to pull them out to the front and then all the way across the front and then up at the end to finish it. I'm going to try to see if I can get as many as possible sort of bunched in the same general area over here, so that you can put a microphone there and hopefully capture the sound pretty reliably from all the pipes at once. So this is the first stages here. For cutting the PVC pipe, I borrowed a 2.5 inch PVC pipe cutter from a neighbor of mine. It's like the greatest tool ever invented. You just squeeze the handle and it cuts right through the pipe. These ones are, it's a little bit tough to get started on a pipe this thick, the Schedule 40 2-inch pipe. But just in a couple of hand squeezes with one hand, you can literally cut right through it, right to the length that you want. The nice clean edge. So it's a great tool, probably expensive. Alright, it's getting a little dark, so I'm going to have to wrap it up for today, but you can see how these lowest pipes are routed so far, just with 2 bends each at the bottom. They're tuned flatter than they should be by about a half step, just to make sure that I left enough meat for tuning, but so far I get some good sound with sandals. Pretty cool. Making some swift progress on this pipe instrument. I put a piece of wood here with a whole bunch of holes in it to hold the pipes. Eventually we'll get that mounted in place. The thing that I did actually finish the whole thing, but I made the last couple pipes of a smaller diameter than the rest of them, and just listening to the two side by side, it went from a 2-inch pipe down to a 1 5/8 here. The tone difference was a little bit too drastic, so I've decided to try to upsize these back to all to be 2-inch, just so that they sound the same. And the way I did that was I used a core from the 1 5/8 pipe, and I wrapped it in tape to make it fat enough to fit in the old hole, and then I put the hole saw on here and just saw away at it to get it upsized to about 2 inches. And so I'll continue doing that with the last 2 holes here to get them all to the 2-inch PVC pipe size. Okay, so we took out all the pipes, measured, made sure we had all the measurements, and we sanded it down. We cut some handle holes here to pick it up, real comfortable handle holes. We put the middle piece in here that supports the pipes, and put a extra piece here for extra stability in the middle so it doesn't move up and down. And now we're doing the fun part, which is painting it. Everybody's helping. Here we go. We've got some nice golden sunset colored pipes with some flashy sapphire blue paint on the instrument itself. They're all hanging up, drying, and we got the other ones we have to do. It is actually really difficult to get this black lettering off of the pipes. Even acetone will do a little bit of it, but I still couldn't even get it all off with that. So what I ended up doing was putting the black lettering facing down where you're not going to see it because it's going to be in contact with the floorboards here, and just forgetting about it, trying to paint it, because it's really hard to cover it all up. I did buy white primer this morning, so we'll see if that does any better. But now we got to put the pipes back in. So far they're not glued at all, so I bought some pipe glue now, and I'm going to start trying to glue them together too, piece by piece, and then tune them. Okay, here we are starting to put in some of the pipes. I've got the first 4 pipes put in. The joints are glued with PVC pipe glue, which actually melts the PVC, so those things are not coming off once they're on. And I've been checking the fit with the other pipes here to make sure that they slide through okay. Some of the paint's kind of getting scratched a little bit here and there, so I don't know, this paint said it was good for plastics, but it's, oh, that's the flat one, let's see. But it's Paint Plus Primer. It said good for plastic too, which I thought PVC should work, but it's a little bit iffy, so I don't know, there's probably a better paint for PVC, but this stuff is working okay. I think it'll work out fine. Here we are, we've been working really hard on this thing. Got 1 octave almost complete, all the way from F to E. You see pipes that are tuned typically have the white edge there because I had to cut them to length. This ended up being a lot more of a pain than I thought, but I got the process down after maybe 2 or 3 pipes. Basically gluing parts together that I know I'm not going to need to take apart after dry fitting them, and then the last piece I always glue last. For example, this joint here I glue last with PVC glue so I can cut it to size to get it tuned in. It's a blast to play here too. Pretty cool. The tubulum is finished. Everything is tuned up. Stuff is secured, painted, and so forth. You can see how all the pipes were sort of routed around here. The final touch was really screwing these tubes in. You can kind of see the screw head there, or screw tail there, and a really nice and solid fixture for each one of them, so they don't move when you hit them. Really nice. We also got these wheels on the bottom here, just barely touching the ground, and I had to cut the bottom off of here and drill a new hole on the side for a screw, but it's set up so that you can just pick the other end up a couple inches and move it wherever you want. So that's kind of a nice convenience. So I'll do a quick little music demo here now.